The difference between ourselves and the other political parties is Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are allergic at one level to social housing bills, while the other political parties, the likes of Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, the Labour Party, Soc Dems, they're kind of allergic to private housing bills.
My name is Toibín, and as a pharmacist I've worked in this constituency for the last 16 years. I've worked in mental health, addiction services, and now I'm working in a nursing home. I've also previously worked as an inspector of the Pharmaceutical Society. So I suppose I have a good knowledge of all the healthcare issues, and I suppose obviously in working with Aontú for the last 2 years, a knowledge of all those issues that people have brought to us in the last while in the campaign.
Obviously we know from the last election when opinion polling was done that health and housing are two of the biggest priorities for voters in the entire country. It's so pivotal for them, and lots of parties like to make promises about these issues and say we're going to give you X, Y and Z, but you know, who knows if they'll deliver. What assurance would you make to voters that you will actually deliver the promises that you make?
Well, we're making both housing and healthcare a priority in this campaign. That's what we're hearing at the doors. They're the stories we're hearing. So this is, you know, they're the principal issues for us. They're the main points of our campaign.
Yeah, and now that just adds to what Mairead is saying there, that if people looked at our manifesto in 2020, we highlighted very clearly that the fact that REITs and international investors were competing in the market distorted the market significantly and made it more difficult for families to be able to buy homes. You know, a lot of parties have jumped on that bandwagon just in the last number of months, but we were highlighting this way back to when I was highlighting this in here way back when Michael Noonan was actually Minister for Finance. So our analysis has proven true. We're a party that actually doesn't, you know, stick our finger in the air and find out which way the wind is blowing on an issue. We're for real on these issues, and we have a long record of focusing on housing, and you know the solutions that Mairead indicated in her speech are practical common sense. The difference between ourselves and the other political parties is Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are allergic at one level to social housing bills, while the other political parties, the likes of Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, the Labour Party, Soc Dems, they're kind of allergic to private housing bills. And we believe that both should be operating at full tilt to have it to work. And you know, simple things like 1 in 33 homes are empty at the moment. We want to get those back in by grant funding, them getting functional, and by, you know, a little bit of a stick as well by taxing people who won't get those houses back in after a period of time. We want to see, you know, spaces above shops in towns and cities. The regulations change to allow for families to live there, because this is space, you know, that, you know, is empty. And actually COVID proves that if you take the workers outside of a city, it becomes a ghost town. So if you have families living in cities, those families remain vibrant no matter what the situation is.